Hello. How are we doing, guys? Apologies for the little mess up there. Little learning moment about Streamlabs. When you turn off the studio mode, it just goes live with whatever you're doing. So yeah, there you go. You've seen my big serious face for the past 5 minutes. Hello. Let's start again. Let's start fresh. Welcome to Rolling Thunder D&D. I am Adam. You might know me as Lysander or Gideon from our Thursday D&D games. Tonight we're going to do something a little different. Basically, I've got some family members interested in doing a one-shot. So, and they're all new. They're all new players. So what I want to do, rather than just do an out-of-the-box adventure one-shot, I'm going to make one. I've done a couple of one-shots in the past, and what I've noticed is that you always prepare more than you could ever use, and it's really easy to overestimate how much content your players are going to get through. So, saying that, I want to try and make sure that we've got a tight kind of goal in mind. Nothing too crazy. I want to make sure that we hit those D&D kind of highs. You know, I want a puzzle, I want a trap. You know, I want an encounter or two. You know, a goal, some treasure, dungeon. You know, those classic things. But realistically, we're probably going to be playing for. So if we start at 8:30, we'll probably be playing till like maybe 11:30. Because it's a Friday, an unstreamed game, but so that's only 3 hours, and they've also getting to grips with Roll20. So realistically, I think it's going to be one of each, and even then, I may have to think on the fly and maybe chop some bits out, which I've done in the past. You know, anyone out there who's done a one shot before knows that they can just get wildly out of hand, and you end up not using half of it, or you know, things like that. So getting stuck in straight away. First thing I like to do is have a little Google Doc open. So I want to make sure that we're hitting so who are the players? So we've got a barbarian, and they're all level 2 as well. So we've got a barbarian, we've got a cleric, level. I'm not going to put level 2 each time, that seems like a waste. Barbarian, cleric, and we've got a rogue and a fighter. So we've got two. They're all melee combatants. So there's no real, apart from the cleric, there's no real spells. So that's something to be aware of. That I don't want to give them things that requires a spell or magic to solve the problem. Also, there's only one of them. So we've got a human barbarian, a dwarf cleric, a halfling rogue, and a human fighter. Now, I will double check. I do not believe that halflings get dark vision. Slides, lucky, brave, halfling, nimbless. No, they do not get dark vision. So we only have one person with dark vision here, and that's going to be the cleric, and that'll probably be at the back. So they're not going to be. The rogue might be off the head scouting. So I want to make sure that wherever they're going into has some light, but that also gives me the option to turn the lights off if I want to make things interesting. So that's something to consider. So what next? What highlights do I want to? So why? Why are they here? Why are they on this mission? Why are they on this quest? Do they know each other? It's the D&D trope you meet in a tavern. I'm not going to do that, but I will have them one of the best things about starting a new character and starting a new campaign is that moment of, would you like to introduce yourself, describe your character, and I don't want to take that away from them. So what I'll do is have something like they are in a town hall, they've answered a post for X quest equals money, and I can just tell them up front, you've got, you need some money, you need some this, you need some that, you need some the other, and they can come up with their own reasons why they're going to be here. Next. So, just a quick shout. Can you guys hear me okay? How's the audio? Music coming through all right? So, Streamlabs, we've got a little like test server that we test things out on. So I've tested this out like crazy to make sure that everything's working correct. And then when I came to switch to the Rolling Thunder stream, it didn't work, and it got rid of all my scenes, all my overlays, which I'd just spent the best part of 45 minutes setting up. Oh, thank you, Joe. I appreciate it, man. So Streamlabs OBS, if you're going to switch between, you have to actually switch between accounts. Unlike OBS, the other one that I use, you can just change the stream key and it just logs in. Little louder music. My voice is equally beautiful. Cheers, babe. This is D&D ASMR. That'd be creepy and probably hurt my voice. Right. So, back to the matter at hand. Why are they here? They're going to go to the town hall. They're going to see a post. Hark, calling all ye adventurers, blah, 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 blah. And then they're going to meet in the town hall. They're going to be introduced to some kind of NPC who's going to give them the quest. So the classic quest giver. And they're going to have a couple of minutes before getting the quest to introduce themselves and have that nice little moment. Then, so the reason is money, and they're in a town hall, and then the quest. I'm thinking the quest is going to send them. I like the idea of doing a dungeon. We did a one shot a very long time ago when we were first starting D&D. Actually, Joe in chat is actually DM'd it, and I think it was from I can't remember exactly where, maybe DM's Guild, but it was like a rats in a sewer kind of affair. And that was great, because it was a small little dungeon. There wasn't anything crazy. The only thing was rats, and rat swarms were particularly difficult to deal with. So I'm not going to opt for rats. I'm going to opt for something that also has roughly the same vision. So I would like to probably go for humans, maybe some bandits. Maybe the majority humans, and maybe mix in some, more exotic races, some different races, as the enemies. But I think the basic premise is some kind of ruins. So there's a ruin near town. Rats don't mix well with piercing and slashing damage. Yeah, I'm glad you remember, Joe. They messed us up last time. There's a quest. There's a ruin near town. There's some bandits in there. They're causing X amount of trouble. Go in there and stop them. And I'm thinking this is going to be some kind of old ruin. And I'm imagining that you enter the ruin and it's a dungeon. So there's traps and things. But these bandits, are they resetting these traps every time? No. What's actually happening is they're going in through another entrance at the back that is hidden and the players can't find. So basically when they get to the end, they don't have to back up through the dungeon. They can just climb a ladder, stairs, whatever, and come out, and then they're done. So the bandits are getting in there. So their hideout is at the back. So basically you have to go through a gauntlet of sorts to get there. So the ruins, I don't know, elven ruins? It's very Skyrim. Elven ruins. Elven ruins near town. Bandits inside, causing trouble. Get rid of them. So yeah. So the basic premise is dungeon run / gauntlet. Oh my gosh, my spelling is atrocious. Dungeon run / gauntlet. Hit main points. So we need a trap, a puzzle. I think I might have the puzzle as optional. So with an elvish ruin or an elven ruin, maybe they come across a room that's got a puzzle in it, but there's a clear exit. So if they start to get frustrated, or we're lacking in time, they can always just bypass it. But a puzzle would be nice. Maybe they get a nice item in there that doesn't require attunement, obviously, because we're not going to have time to do that. So yeah, that's a nice optional extra. Trap and so combat times 2, maybe 3. So looking at level 2 barbarian. Let's get up another. Barbarian 5e. Let's go to Roll20. See what you've got to say. So level 2. So we've got reckless attack, danger sense. Okay, so that's going to help. 2 rages, and the rages recover on a long rest. So I don't think they're going to have time for a long rest. So what I might do, so we've got a barbarian and a fighter. So make sure that we're not taxing their resources too heavily. Second wind. So 1 action surge. And 1 second wind. So that's fine. Rogue. I mean, rogues, yeah, it's cunning action. That's just, yeah, so the rogue's got no resources really to manage. Cleric, so cleric and their spell slots. So we've got 3 cantrips, 3 first level spells. So I'm thinking 3, maximum 4 encounters. I mean, maybe 3, because the encounters can really drag on. You know, whenever I've ran Lost Mines, that initial goblin ambush, there's like 2-3 goblins and maybe 4-5 player characters. It takes a long time because inevitably you hit, you miss, you hit, you miss. I don't want it to become a slogfest. So trying to keep those combats interesting, and maybe having one of them be the boss. So I'll have to come up with some interesting NPC to be the boss and the final encounter, and then they can have a short rest inside. That'd be fine, I think, like an hour sitting down in a room. Make sure that there's like a side room that they can you know, kind of rest in and feel comfortable resting in. Although no one really gets anything back on a short rest apart from hit die. So yeah, so make sure they're not too taxed by the time they get to the boss, and they can kind of feel powerful and feel like they're actually achieving something. Last thing I want to do is TPK them. I don't think they'll get the taste for it then. So basically, we've got trap, puzzle, optional, combat. What else? Social. So social could be at the beginning. Social could be talking to the quest giver, maybe bartering for more money. But that's their initial social encounter. Now, at any point, I guess, because the antagonists, because the monsters are going to be human or common speaking folk, they could find a way to talk the way out of it. Who knows? So social's always kind of there, I guess. So trap, puzzle, combat, social. What else am I missing? Treasure, obviously. people love loot. Treasure, and I'm not gonna deal with survival or travel. That's what I've done in the past, and travel can really, although it's interesting-ish to establish that, like, hey, you've got to cross this landscape and you've got to kind of go to these places, it can kind of really slow people down, especially new players and a new game. So I'm gonna forego the travel. So I think that's it. So in terms of treasure, we want to make sure that there's some bits and bobs on the way. They'll have all the equipment they need. Don't want to be giving them, like, you know, a crazy weapon or anything that's cursed or what have you. So stuff like interesting potions. You know, I remember I ran a game once and they came across an alchemist's lab, and I just had a D100 potion table. And I didn't expect them to actually clear all the shelves and put all of them in a bag. So for the rest of the adventure, they were like, I'm going to go in the bag and just drink a potion, and I had to roll a D100, and occasionally they'd get forearms, or they'd breathe fire, or they'd just fall unconscious, etc, etc. So maybe something like that. I don't want it to waylay their progress, so it'll just be something like, you know, something funny in the moment and that fades quickly, nothing that like knocks them unconscious for a long time. Time is the big issue with one shots, because it just gets away from you because people have fun and they're getting excited. Luckily we've only got 4 players. I say luckily because I've ran one shots for new people before. I actually ran one for the guys from work, and the main issue with that was there were so many people around the table. I think we had 1, 2, 3, 5. We had maybe 7, and I knew that there were certain people that weren't getting to talk. Other people were, you know, more comfortable talking. So it's very difficult as a DM to be juggling 7 people and making sure that everyone's got their time, because you want to kind of get through. And eventually, with that one shot, we didn't really get very far. They kind of had one encounter, and then the rest of the time was spent. They captured a goblin. They were trying to make him lead the goblin to where their hideout was, and that just ended up in, I'm going to tie him up, I'm going to put him in a hole, I'm going to jump up a tree, I'm going to make some you know, that kind of stuff, which is it's just stuff that new players are going to do. New players, normally, if they're interested in D&D, they've come from some other kind of game or some other kind of RPG, which, you know, I've had it when I first started. It's having this freedom is just, it's like nothing else. You know, you're always so bound in things like Final Fantasy or The Witcher or what have you. You're bound by the limits of the game. So being able to just do anything is kind of can be overwhelming and a little bit like, woohoo, let's go crazy. So making sure that we're hitting the marks in terms of time. So let's crack on some more. So we've got who, why. So let's expand on the bad guys. So I'm going to pull up Cobalt Fight Club. And if you don't know what Cobalt Fight Club is, it's a really great resource to balance your encounters for you. It means you don't have to think about it too much. So if I did random medium, so we've got a giant wasp twig blight, 5 of them, and it gives you all these details, the daily budget, etc. So you can kind of do random encounters. And you can also type. Let's do humanoid. So we've got some humanoids there. So let's have a look. So we've got. So what about bandits? So we've got bandit and bandit captain. So bandit captain. So for the final encounter, we could have a... I would like some kind of mage. A spellcaster of some kind. So if I... let's do max CR3. So, looking for some kind of spellcaster. I could just homebrew one. That's not the end of the world. Which I might do. I've got druid. So yeah, 3 is just a little bit too. Yeah, I would like a spellcaster and some bandits in the final fight. So something to kind of keep them occupied. Yeah, it doesn't look much like I'm going to be able to. What about some kind of wizard? Wizard? No. Let's have a think. So let's go bandit first. So wow, they'll take a lot of bandits before they're challenged. So we can do so they could solo a bandit captain. Obviously, you got to think about the action economy. Do I want them to be able to just fly through these guys? Do I want them to feel challenged? Do I want every combat to feel like an epic slog? No. So I think maybe a couple of encounters, maybe a set of 4 bandits. So encounter 1. 4 bandits. Encounter 2 could be a bandit captain and a bandit. So 1 bandit. So that's going to be hard. And then encounter 3 bandits, and what about if I just homebrew something? So any alignment, no. Any size, legendary set sources, no. So let's have a little Google. Spell casting bandit. So glass staff is from Lost Mines. So let's look at the stat block. Of course we don't have that, but luckily I have Lost Mines already. So I'll be able to look at his stat block. Now this is an old game, so please just ignore all this. So red brand hideout, glass staff, there he is. So he's a doesn't say. He's just a dude, I guess. I think I bumped this guy up as well because they encountered him quite late. So I don't think he's the OG glass staff. So let's get rid of that. There we go. So let's have a look at good old Reddit. Still nothing. Let's download a PDF, a dodgy PDF. I don't know what. Oh, yes, that's dodgy. Right, so let's see if we can find him here. Evil mage. Okay, let's have a look. Evil mage. Okay, so mage. That's a CR6. That's just insanity. That's never going to happen. What about any type? Evil. So whiz. Nope. Mage? Nope. Okay. So this is going to have to be homebrewed. So we got three bandits and one mage who can be the boss. Okay. So what's the bad guy's agenda? They are... So we could possibly have two. So the first one is money. Everyone loves money. They're coming in, they're raiding local caravans, they're on the trade routes, etc, etc. So raiding local area. Number two, mage trying to unlock hidden secret of ruins. Now the reason I put these as two, because if we don't have time, I don't have to go into the secret ruins, the secret of these ruins. It can just be, you know, they're after money, bada boom, bada bing, stop them, they're bad. At the end there's, you know, a hoard of treasure of some ilk. So imagining they get to do both. So this means treasure hoard, treasure horse at the end. So what is the secret of the ruins? Perhaps this is where the puzzle comes in. So maybe once they've defeated the mage, they can unlock this puzzle, but it's going to be something that he hasn't been able to do. So perhaps the initial puzzle that they go past in the dungeon, maybe inside there is an item that has been missed by the bandits, by this mage, and that is the key to unlocking this altar, what have you, and what's inside. So key hidden in puzzle room 1, we'll call it. What's inside? What's the secret? What is the secret? Now, do you go for something like Indiana Jones and the Lost Kingdom, or whatever it's called, and it's knowledge that just fries your brain? Is it an elvish hoard? Is it a portal to a lost elven city? Is it in fact something dangerous? Is it that these elves weren't all they were cracked up to be? Maybe there was a portal to Avernus, and you know the party goes in and they end up plane shifting into Avernus, and we wrap it up there like, oh great, you can see the eternal blood war going on in front of you. You're not getting home, boom, done, cliffhanger. I guess it depends on if I want maybe to have a couple of options. So feeling the mood, feeling like if they need a win at the end, that I could change it to, it's a treasure hoarder, an ancient elvish treasure hoarder, it unlocks something positive. Or if they're clearly okay with it being, you're teleported halfway across the world, or plane shifted to hell, maybe. So what could the secret be? Let's have a little think. So the key is hidden in room 1. I'm imagining an orb. Although maybe I've been watching Onward, the Disney film, and I know in that they've got the stone tablet, that very unique shape. I've used orbs in the past actually, and it has been difficult to convey that the orb is not in itself inherently a magic item, and that it's a key. So maybe the key is a stone shape of some kind, and the corresponding shape or symbols with symbols. The corresponding shapes could be on the altar. So what is the secret? What's the secret? I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to come back to the secret. So let's flesh out the gang. Oh, who's the gang? So we got mage is the top. What can the mage be? This is when we really do need to get into, I don't know, we don't really date in Roll20. So the mage can be a, go with elf, go with a drow, go with something, so something they maybe haven't seen. Elf, halfling, half-orc, tiefling. None of them playing a tiefling. It might be cool to do a tiefling. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a tiefling. And tiefling names, I believe, are I think they're just human. Let's see if D&D, there we go. Oh no, they're not. So, oh yes, they have a virtue. According to another culture, typically in names reflects that culture side of nature rather than infernal language. Okay, so Amnon. Amnon the something. Amnon the something about excavation. Amnon the archaeologist. No. Or Amnon Dust Delver. No, Dust Walker. Let's pen that in there for now. So he's a mage, and he wants to get access to this secret. So there's an option there for the party to be able to do some talking with him. We have the key, we'll show you, don't kill us, or you don't have to die, blah 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 blah. So they've got options to be able to talk to him and make sure he talk their way out of it. So that can be his thing. So he wants access to this secret in the ruins. And then, who have we got? Who's the rest of the gang? So we've got a total of 4, 5, 8 bandits. And a bandit captain. So bandit captain, who can the bandit captain be? Oh, maybe something fun, like a Goliath, or a bugbear. Bugbears are always fun. A hobgoblin, they could. So a hobgoblin is it's not as good as a bandit captain. I could just merge hobgoblin and bandit captain together. It doesn't feel like a hobgoblin would wander around with them. We're getting to Eberron stuff here, so I'm not sure this is going to work for my purposes. Bringing in strange fish person. Ah, yeah, there we go. The mage can be a grung. Let's do a Goliath. So Goliath. So they're seeing. So you can tell straight away that he's a big boy. And in many ways, the bandit captain might end up being a higher CR than the mage. But in fact, he will, because there's only yeah, so the bandit captain will probably end up being the toughest single enemy in there. Goliath names. So what should we call him? Oh, Flint Finder, Horn Carver. So the Goliath can be Nala Horn Carver. So I'm imagining female, male mage, female. I like female Goliaths. They're just cool. What else? Wow, this music really picked up. Let's get a little skip to be relaxed. Okay, so that could be the bandit captain. And what does the bandit captain want? Blind devotion to Amnon. Just blind devotion, lives, breathes, dies for them. Because of X in past, saved from the gladiatorial pits. Maybe they're in love. Who knows? But they are two peas in a little freaky pod. What else? 8 bandits. I mean, I might have a mix of humans. So maybe 4 human. For human, another tiefling. No, I want the tiefling to kind of be at the end, because none of them have played before. They don't know what a tiefling is, so being confronted with a basically devil person, it would be pretty cool. What else? Half elf. Don't have to change the art then for the token. And a couple of dwarves. And what else? I'll do two half elves. Yeah. So it would make more sense though if the mage was elvish, trying to get access. Although the elves are going to be so old, they might know the secret. So yeah, these are interlopers. These aren't meant to be here. Okay, so we've got that established. So we know the gang who were fighting. Their agenda, them, and their basic breakdown. So that's them established. So what should we do next? So quest, we've got that. They are causing trouble, which is their number 1, but their actual reason for being there is number 2. And they're doing number 1 because they need supplies Nah, they're doing number one because they're bandits, they're raiders, they're bad guys. Let's not think about it too much. They're a bunch of bad eggs. Maybe on the fly, it's nice to always have a couple of them that are just like, oh, I got strong-armed into it, I don't even like them. But we'll see how it goes. With new players, you've always got the... they might still have a video game mentality, which is kill everything, loot everything, don't ask questions. So I don't want to punish them for playing that way, because that's the way they're going to want to play it. They're going to want to have fun, do their thing. But if for one reason or another they do try and engage with them socially, I will probably reward that with having maybe one of them isn't sure or feels guilty. Maybe there's even a prisoner. Am I complicating things too much? Probably. Prisoner? The prisoner, it's going to take up valuable time because they'll unbind them. Who are you? What are you doing? Then what do we do? Do we stay here with them or do we escort them back? Blah, blah, blah. So then you've got like, I don't know, 20 minutes like stood talking and not getting shit done. So I'll pin that. So the dungeon. Dungeon. Okay, so the dungeon. So what do we want in the dungeon? We want we want 1 to 2 traps. So I might do 1 easy, so a low passive perception, so that can be spotted by whoever's got the highest passive perception. And then that's going to encourage them to be like, hey, there are bad things around, there are traps, there are all sorts of things going on. You're going to encourage them to take a look around. So that's an easy one. There was a very nice, a very nasty trap that I found on Instagram. I have a little collection going of so when you're looking through Instagram, you see something nice, I save it into a little collection. So let me see if I can access that. Don't know if I can get the collections. No, I'm not going to bother. I'm just gonna draw it dead quick. So let's just do this quick. See if I can get this up, so to speak. So essentially, it was a flat platform with an obvious hole. So down here there's spikes. So the idea is that they see the pit and they jump over it. But actually this breaks away, so they end up jumping into it and falling into another pit of spikes. So it's like it's like a fake out trap. So I quite like that, or it's quite mean. So it would be it'd be maybe 10 feet, so that's 1d6 falling damage, so maximum of 6, plus 1d6 damage in terms of maybe this the piercing damage. Now, who's got the lowest? So 1d8 plus con. So the characters, I'm writing the characters for them. It's a mix of the starter set characters. So this is the halfling rogue that has been picked. So so that'll be so 8 plus con. So let's say they've got no con, and they're at level 2. So 8, so 13. So even if they get max damage, they can survive this. And the cleric is again 8. Fighters a d10, barbarians. So if they're at full health, so they can't get one-shotted by this trap. That would be my main concern. So I like this one. I'm gonna go with this for the second trap. So the second trap is the fake spike pit. Now, so the first trap can be the first trap can be a pit as well. Maybe it's a pit that's previously been activated. So maybe there's a skeleton at the bottom. Maybe the skeleton's got some gear. So maybe it encourages them to maybe rappel down and try and get this gear. Some maybe a healing potion or something kind of valuable, or something shiny enough to draw them in, but also that poses a potential risk. And that's just that kind of good adventure stuff. So the second trap, so it'd be the fake spike pit. So that will be a DC 13 for the first trap, so the first section, and then I'm going to go DC 15 for the second. So the idea is that the first one is so obvious that it leads people into a false sense of security. That seems like something that could work. And then so trap 1 can be I think DC 13. I think most people, at least someone, is going to have... Do you know what? I'll go DC 12. Because I'm pretty sure that the rogue is going to be out front scouting. And hopefully at this point they will have... So after... Do you know what? I might even go DC 10. No. DC 12. Don't want to be too easy. But I'm guessing someone's going to be able to see this. And I'll say DC 13 for the second one, because it's going to be covered but not very well. And then DC 15, yeah, that feels right. No, do you know what? I'm gonna go 15. I don't want to try and kill them or make them fall in this second fake pit. Now, is that enough traps? Is that enough traps? What do you guys think in chat? More traps, less traps? I don't want them to get hung up on traps. So we're going to go puzzles next. Okay. So I think before we do puzzles, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'd say at least one more. Okay. All right, Django. All right. Let's go 3. I'm going to trust you. Let's do this. So third one. So it's a puzzle trap, one that I've seen in the past. Yes. Oh, there we go. We're on the same lines of thinking. Puzzle incorporate into a trap. So it's the knock door. So I'll try and get this up again so I can draw and explain a little better. So it's the knock door. What happens is basically you've got a door. That is a beautiful door right there. And shortly after it, maybe 5 feet, there is a pit. A 10-foot pit. So what will happen is they will come here. They will try and open the door, and a large mage hand, like large mage hand style blue spectral hand, comes in and pushes them back, and they make a dex save, possibly do not fall into the pit. Then they will inevitably try again and get pushed. They will have a pole, open it with a pole. But as soon as they get within 5 feet, the mage hand will keep pushing them. And after maybe 3 or 4 attempts, as the door closes, they will hear a voice that says, "How very rude." And the solve is you have to knock on the door. And if they figure that out, that they use their manners, maybe it will say something like, "No manners these days." Something like that to kind of encourage them to be like, "Manners, what do you do? It's a door, knock on the door." And then the door opens, and that's the puzzle. Is that too cruel? I'm not going to put spikes on it. So I'm going to put that in. I'm going to pencil that in. Knock door. You know, that's kind of. I like that. I like that puzzle of not puzzle trap, whatever it is. I heard that a long time ago. I think from someone on YouTube, and I've wanted to use it for a while. And I think it's kind of fun. It almost brings in another NPC as well, because you've got this door, animated door. Maybe it's got a face. Sounds like a puzzle where you'd really need Rory. Yes, it is the kind of puzzle where you'd need someone who can actually use their brain and not just go, "Oh, burn it with fire," which I'll guarantee these guys are going to try and do. So we'll do the knock door as puzzle 3. And that's going to be a... so the fake spike pit, I need to fill in these details. So that's 10 foot. 10 foot plus 1d6. Piercing, I'm not going to put doo-doo on the ends of the spikes so they get poisoned. That would be too cruel, I think. And I think this one is going to be a, 10 foot pit plus spikes, again 1d6. But they're going to be able to see this, so I doubt they're going to hit that unless they're being really stupid. So the knock door will be a 10 foot drop, straight 10 foot drop. I don't want them to have to deal with spikes every time because they're going to fall into it quite a lot. And they get to make a dex save as well whenever they fall in. Okay, so before I jump into puzzles, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break. I drank far too much tea before the stream started, stressing about getting it set up. So I will see you guys in 5 minutes, and I'm going to let's try and go to the break screen. See you in 5. Hello again. That's a quick break. So, hope everyone's good. Thank you for everyone who's out there joining me in chat. I really appreciate it. This is a kind of new thing for me and for Rolling Thunder. So if it's kind of interesting, make sure you let us know. Moving on, I'm doing something that normally people do when they do these one-shots. It's taking a long time. So, puzzles, moving on. So, we've already got one with the knock door. The cock door, that's a whole different kind of puzzle. The knock door. And I want another one that gives them access to this key. So, one that I've done in the past is similar to this, is similar to these ruins, so elvish ruins. So there's a bunch of statues, and they're all in various poses, and they're missing their items. So you have to figure out that one of them is missing a bow, one of them is missing a sword, and then they have to go and the adventurers have to go and put their own weapons in their hands. Now the problem with that is that it requires a little bit of physical movement. It requires me to be doing this. And as you can see in this box, there's not really much you can see. And because we're doing this over Roll20, I don't want to limit them to that. So, I'm drinking Ribena like a big boy. So I need to figure out a puzzle that is relatively simple, because even if I give them a simple puzzle, it's going to take them a long time to figure it out, because that's just puzzles and D&D. One that I did love that Dan did for us in Tomb of Annihilation, it was hilarious. Basically, it was a room and there was a slight divot in the floor, and all around there was inscriptions of people dancing and things, and the basic solve was everyone had to stand on this plate and the door would open. But we got caught up on the dancing, and we ended up all holding hands, closing our eyes, dancing around. At one point I think we all cut ourselves and bled into it because someone suggested blood magic. It was insane. We got stuck on this thing for maybe 30-40 minutes. So maybe it has to be something that this mage wouldn't have figured out. So what would that be? What couldn't a mage, tiefling, and a bunch of bandits figure out? Maybe it's the knock door. Maybe it's the knock door because bandits don't necessarily have manners. So maybe when they do the knock door, they would persist, wouldn't they? They would persist. They would imagine if you're a bandit mage man and someone gets pushed away by a magic door, you would just keep persisting until you figured it out. Maybe it's something that needs to be hidden. Something that's written in Elvish? No. Something that's written in... What have we got? So we've got something that is written in Thieves' Cant. Can't. So only the rogue can read it. Does that make sense? How about... So we've got a human barbarian. How about I make sure that each of them have a different language, and there is runes, markings above an area with one letter of each. So you've got a dwarven rune that says O, an elvish letter that says P, and it all spells out a word. Perhaps that's the reason that these bad guys can't decipher it. Maybe they haven't even noticed it. So we've got one puzzle with the knock door. So we've got the language puzzle. So the language puzzle could lead them. So that's kind of easy. So once they figure out that it's spells something, or maybe it's even mixed up. Maybe it's speak friend and enter. So language puzzle that leads to a secret door. Speak the password. Speak the password, gain access to the door. I think that can work, because then it's not going to punish them at the end if they haven't found it. And I'll have to make sure that their attention is drawn to it as well. So perhaps statues. I like statues. Elvish ruins, they kind of say statues to me. So you got to imagine these bandits have maybe been through this dungeon once and made it through, and then reset the traps or put up new ones, etc. And the knock door, I think the knock door can be a it's got me thinking, would they, I don't want to have the knock door be something that they have to go through. Hell, maybe they do, because it would reset. Sod it, it's magic, it resets. So the bandits have been through, they've figured it out. You have to knock, they've gone through, other side, boom, resets. Maybe at the bottom of the pit, maybe there's a bandit corpse. Yeah. Bandit corpse, sod it. Or something to let them know that they've been this way and they've not figured it out, and then eventually they have, so there is a way through. So the knock door, the language puzzle leads to a secret door. Speak the password, get the key in quotes thing, get the item, and I think that'll do for puzzles. So what have we hit now? So we've hit trap, puzzle, combat, social, treasure. Okay. So the treasure. Treasure. Gotta withhold the need to add in a mimic. So the treasure can be, so one is the stone key, the thing that makes the thing happen. They're gonna need some healing potions, a fun potion, or a random effect potion. Do I want to give one of them a +1? I don't want anyone to feel left out or have them argue over it, because I know the barbarian and the fighter are probably going to end up using roughly the same weapons. So perhaps I don't want to get into spell scrolls. They're a little bit, perhaps, gold, duh. 2 twinned weapons. Twinned weapons. Explain yourself, Joe. Trying to balance my item and booze throughout a party, so yeah. Yeah, Django. I don't know how you do it, man. Like 2 long swords named Redemption and Vengeance. Oh, so the barbarian can have one and the fighter can have one. That is interesting. But then we also have a cleric and a rogue. So maybe there's an armory. Maybe there's an armory and they can, you know, we've got like a +1 shield. Yeah, don't balance, figure it out later. So yeah, maybe there's an armory, maybe the so it leads to an ancient elvish forge or something, and inside is a couple of weapons and or armor. So basically they're getting kitted up before they go to the final encounter. So I'm gonna straight up steal the longswords, the great swords, twin. Oh yeah, the longswords twin. So we've got a battle axe user and I think 2 battle axe users. I'll give one a great sword, one a battle axe. So the fighter can have the great sword, the barbarian can have the great axe. Yeah, so maybe there's the language puzzle leads to an armory. Now, there's too much to do inside the armory. I need the key to be an isolated thing. They go in. I mean, shit, I guess it could be an armory and the key could be on a pedestal. So kind of obviously like... another thing I like to do in my one-shots is throw in the deck of many things just because lol. But I don't think I'm going to do that now. Oh, that's a nice little cleric item. So he's going to be a life cleric. So he's going to be doing that anyway. Is he at level 2? No, he's not. Not at level 2, Adam. What are you talking about, you madman? So divine domain. So luckily life is in here. When you do the game here. So disciple of life. Whenever you use a first level, the creature. So yeah. So you regain health anyway. So they'd be doing that anyway. But what I could do. So the creature regains additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level. So they've only got first level spells. So each time he gives a healing spell, he's getting another 3. Maybe the charm duplicates that. So he heals for 3 and someone else for 3. Thoughts? Maybe. So I'm going to put cleric charm. Unknown effect as of yet. Spell storing ring, cure wound spells. Yeah, that's pretty good because they're going to get so a spell storing. I feel a bit restricted with the spell slots. Yeah, a bit less restricted. That's a good shout. Ring of spell storing with cure wounds. So that's really going to help out. Especially in the final fight, because if they've blown through their resources, then they're not going to be buggered. The chap who's playing the cleric has actually played the game before. He's the only real person who's played before. He's not played in a long time, but he wanted to be the healer because he wanted to help out. He wanted to make sure that no one we didn't TPK him. So he kind of knows what he's doing. He'll know to limit his spell uses, but yeah. And if you're doing a one-shot for newer players, it's fun to give them a couple of powerful items to give them a taste of what the game can offer. Yeah, exactly. So I'll try and do this early on. So I'll give them a couple of so I'll do +1. I'll do +1 short sword, +1. I don't want to give them too many mechanics. So I'm thinking a +1 is kind of dull, but it's just giving them more power. It's not burdening them with, well, now you can use this, and this. As they've got enough to get to grips with, you know, action, bonus action, reaction. You can dash, you can disengage, you can do this. They've got enough going on, so maybe some +1s. Oh, a set. Okay, I like that. So we'll do a +1 short sword, +1 great sword, and a +1 great axe. And his ring. And then I'll just say that the rest of the armory, lore drop, the rest of the armory is it's not picked clean, but the rest of the armory it's gone. It's gone. So yeah, this hero, this person who all this stuff's belonged to, it's all gone. So there's like an armor dummy that's empty. There's like gaps on the wall where shields were and other weapons were, and these are the only ones that are left. So it's okay, so let's try that again. So it's a large armory with only a handful of items left. Maybe a broken old forge. Cobwebs, yeah, all that good stuff. I would put in bookcases. I've had bad experiences with bookcases. If you put in a bookcase, people want to read the books. I haven't got time to be coming up with the names of books and what it says inside. So maybe some dusty old tomes. They're not legible. You pick them up, they fall apart. Boom, done. And then the stone key on a pedestal. Don't put them in some kind of ore merchant. As Django last time on our campaign that I'm doing with Django in chat, yeah, our forge cleric kind of diverted, and he's like, I want to do ore, and poor Django had to like go, yes, sure, quick Google ore. He had no idea. The joys of being a DM. That's what I will say. You got to be prepared for anything, even ore shopping. So that's some pretty good treasure. So they're gonna like ore. I'm not gonna give them more AC, just because it's another thing for them to, you know, mess with. And also I want to know consistently how much I have to do to hit them. So healing potions, that's good. Maybe not even need healing potions anymore if we've got this spell storing. Wants to throw, yeah. He's like, I want to look at a magic shop, and then he's like, actually, I don't want to look at the magic shop. I want to investigate the ore merchant. That's the classic, isn't it, with the NPCs? Like, what's their name? Their name is Dave, the merchant man of Merching Town. Cool. So I think we've got the treasure down. I feel like we're basically there. So now, where is this place? Let's have a look at the Sword Coast. So, map of Faerun. Give me that high res, baby. Dave the sexy goblin. When in doubt, throw in a sexy goblin. Oh wow, this is a big map. I may have. So, I don't really want to Phandalin. God no, I've been to Phandalin enough times. Eltergard. No, I don't want to go there. I just somewhere. I mean, where are they going to know? I don't know if anyone has actually played any kind of D&D game before. I don't know if they know anything about the Sword Coast or anything. So why not just have it a small village on the outskirts of Baldur's Gate? Done. So small Waterdeep, Candlekeep. I want to do something that if they continue to go on, this place never... I don't want this place ever to show up again if they want to go on and play. So, Baldur's Gate, I'm going to just make up a name of a village. Beregost. Where's Beregost? Waterdeep. Ghost Town. Okay. So somewhere outside Baldur's Gate. So I'm gonna use a generator. So a village name generator. Sportonville. So I love these things because they sometimes come up with just some nonsense. Oh, Streamlabs is trying to ping you, Django, for using an F-bomb. Goodness gracious me! I think we might need to tweak that. It's a little bit. I don't mind swearing. It's an adult game. How many towns would you like to generate? Give me 10 fictional towns in the United Kingdom. Begins with suggest. No, do you know what? Leave it blank. Want to know where our app card? No, I don't. What's your town? No, write me some towns. Just give me some town names. I don't care. East T. Wow, that. Stone Tish Faster. I mean, come on. These are awful. Discard. Give me some new towns. Oh, wow. This is just a masterpiece. Humbrook Castle. North Din. I mean, I don't know. That's a bit... I mean, these are nonsensical. These are absolutely nonsensical. So Baldur's Gate. So it's on the Kyanthar Wood of Sharp Teeth. The Cloakwood. Maybe it's here. So this thing can be on the coast. Cloakwood. Maybe something to do with that. So gosh, this is like the hardest thing I've done so far, writing a bloody town name. Oh my, Street Godborough, brilliant. Cloaks Point, oh, that's not bad. I like that. Cloaks Point, we're doing it. Cloaks Point, and it's going to be south of. So I'm going to grab Baldur's Gate as a screenshot, and it's going to be. Where's it going to be? I like it to be on the. It can be on this little covey bit. Wow, that's a small point, Adam. What are you doing, mate? So it can be here. And and our ruins can be on the coast somewhere. Maybe like down here. So they have to go, yeah, down there, so somewhere like that. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. Come on, you numpty. You can do it. Right, a couple of googly eyes. Big smile. So we're going to copy that. It's just going up here from my notes. Good night, Joe. Thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate it. So we've got the location. So they're going to go to They're going to go to Cloak's Point, and then travel to Street Godsboro. The ruins of. Oh, give me some Elvish name. Elvish name generator. Do it. That's nonsensical. Elvish city names. Elven city generator. Do it. The ruins of. I mean, this is another thing. I don't want them to have to remember the ruins of Melgefsborough. Apologies if you can hear that plane. Heathrow is reopened, and it is wild. Ifransari, no. I mean, place names, man. Who would have thunk? Sir Sylphine. Oh, Athlas. I like Athlas. Let's do that. The ruins of Oathlas. Okay. And our NPC quest giver, he's going to be a human. He's going to be Brian Blessed. Because I just love doing Brian Blessed's voice. So he's going to be named there's a pirate I used for Ghosts of Saltmarsh that I did with the guys, and his name was what was his name? Boris Brightwater. Boris Brightwater. It's going to be really loud. Oh, this is going to be the first NPC that they come to contact with. He's going to be really loud. Although my 3-year-old son needs to be asleep while this is happening, so I don't want to be doing Boris all over the place and wake him up. Oh, Boris Brightwater. I think that's okay. Fudge it. Whatever. So that's that. Done. So yeah, bandits inside. So the basic premise: we've got the gauntlet run. Hit the main points. We've got trap. We're done. So next on the agenda is let's do a dungeon. Let's make a dungeon. Now, there's a couple of things I'm going to try. There's Dungeon Fog. There's also a new one that I've not tried yet. And our DM Dan sent it to me. Let me see if I can scroll back in our chat log and find it. It is it's basically a web app, and you draw a dungeon, and it comes out like a paper dungeon. So if I paper dungeon, it comes out with like a grid and all kinds. So there we go, paper style. There it is. So it's dungeon scroll. So let's try that. So dungeon scroll. So butchers. Start scrolling. Yeah, let's run the scroller. Scroll me, baby. Oh, okay. So I've never really used this before. So right. So it might not be the time to try it. So basically you do that and it comes out like that, which is pretty cool. So it's good for getting a general, you know, shape kind of thing. I mean, this looks like a beholder already, so I don't know what's happening. So we've got that, and we've also got Dungeon Fog, which I've used a lot of. I used to have premium. I no longer have premium. I use Dungeon Fog quite a lot, and I actually created a 2-scale map of Phandalin in I'll actually show you, why not, sod it. And a 2-scale map of Phandalin, which I would not recommend, because not only is it an arduous task to create a 2-scale map of a town, but also people get very, very distracted. As you'll probably see. So this was at night. So yeah, this is utter insanity. I'm not even sure how to scroll across anymore. So there's the mansion. And there's the... So where's the stone hill? There's the stone hill there. So each of these buildings they could go into. Oh no, that's the Townmaster's Hall. There's the stone hill. There's Toblin. Sister Garielli in the shrine of whatever it's called. Yeah, this was just... I thought it would make it more immersive, and it just made it more distracting. This is the Red Brand Inn that got absolutely buggered, and this is the old Tresendar Manor. And it is bug nuts. It is exceptionally difficult to run and to use, and people get lost on the map. I just would not recommend it. Anyway, so going back to what we were doing. So let's do dashboard, see if we can do a new map. Oh, I can't do a new map. So I've got a map limit. Okay. So what I'm going to do very quickly, I'm actually going to sign up for a new Dungeon Fog account using our Rolling Thunder, because I want to show you guys how easy it is to use, and it is very easy. So let's do that, and then yeah, I've read and understood everything. I'm not a robot. That's a taxi. I would like to register, please. There's already an account registered with that name. Well, well, well. Well, well. What's going on here then? Oh, maybe because... so bear with me. Okay. So the reason I don't want to use my other account is because I don't want to have to delete any of my maps, but I'm also not willing to go premium right now because I want to show you guys what this thing can do with the free assets, because it is blooming good. And of course, this is the time that nothing wants to work. Okay, let's try it again. While you guys just stare at my okay, so this doesn't seem to want to so that's the email. Give me that sweet I forgot my password link. Verify your account. Wow, Dungeon Fog, you're really upsetting me here, man. I'm gonna have to use my. I'm gonna have to delete some maps because this just isn't working. So I don't need the Stone Hill, or the Tribor, or the Sleeping Giant, or the Gilded Arms, Trail, Tunnel. Sorry, Dan. Don't need that. Or the Black Tap. Zombie Tower, Wyvertor, Cragmore, Reinforced. Yeah. Nope. Ship. Nope. Well, I'll keep the ship. Nope. Nope. Okay, let's delete those. Oh, there we go, delete. So still too many. Ship, Emperor, Agatha. I've got all these as PDFs, so I'm not going to use them. Wow, still not allowed. Please remove your deleted elements. Oh, I see. So it's making it... Ah, okay, I see. So now I have to... Wow, so you have to delete them and then delete them again just in case. The Wastes of Avernus. I've got all these. Oh man, this is... Yeah, this is arduous. So, in terms of what kind of dungeon, I would prefer to go simple. Now, I've used Dungeon Fog in the past, and I've overloaded the ground with, you know, scraps of this, that, and the other, and, you know, a little artwork of like a sword on the floor, and it depending on the players, it can get distracting for them. You know, they're like, oh, there's a sword on the floor, can I pick it up? And it's like, well, it's kind of scenery, but I guess you can if you want to, yes. So I think I'm going to try and err on the side of having it simpler, sorry. And let's reload that, see if I can now make a new map. Nope. Got to remove all of them. Wow, this is Oh, there we go. New map. Goodness me. So what have we called this place? This is the ruins of Oathlas. And this is important. So grid size in pixels. So yeah, this is good because if you want to print this out, you can do them as, you know, 2A4s, and it makes it nice and easy. So map size in units. So that's going to be your, so a unit is 70 pixels, which is, a unit is 5 feet. So 15 by 15 is far too small. So I want to go like 30 by 30. 30. And keep it 5 feet distance. Dungeon Fog Premium. Yes, I am aware of how good Dungeon Fog Premium is. It has all sorts of cool things on. So we're going to edit the floor. So this is probably changed quite a lot. So we're going to be underground. These ruins are. So we're going to go natural stone. There we go. So that's the floor. Show the grid. So that's the color of the grid. I'm going to make the grid black, and I'm going to have it as a straight rectangle because it's just going to be a hell of a lot easier. Okay, so we want a, yeah, let's do a stone, worked stone. Okay, so we're going to go down into this dungeon. We're going to have a, is it going to be obvious from the outside? Is it going to be, yeah, so I'm imagining like a cliffside, and maybe they have to rappel to get into it or something cool. Maybe it's behind a waterfall. Oh, behind a waterfall is always cool. So they have to get into it, and they go through, and they end up in a room. So they're going to need to, go from top to bottom. So they end up in top left, and we'll have them slowly move. Right. So they can come through here. This can be the waterfall. So you go hidden. And then we're going to go split wall. Move that little thing over. Actually, we can do that. And then boom. Then we're going to grab that section of wall and go hidden. Now these two rooms have merged. Although it might be easier just to split the wall again. And then split the wall again. And not have that as hidden. Not have that as it. So they're going to come in, and they're going to be presented with what they're going to be presented with. What am I saying? How long have I been playing D&D? From, oh wow, I can't read your name. It's in dark green. Mujhinshik. I butchered that pronunciation. I've been playing D&D, I think, about 3 years. Not that long, really. Played 5e. That's the first thing I ever played. Me and a few friends, we go away and do like a boys cabin weekend, which is a lot less manly than it sounds. There's a hot tub and underfloor heating. But someone decided to bring the starter set, and I was a bit trepidatious. I thought I'd give it a go. Caught the bug, absolutely loved it. I've been playing it. Tried to play it once a week almost ever since. Obviously prefer to play in person. You just get into it a lot more. But I've found that using Roll20 and it's great. It depends on the group that you've got, how into it they get. But yeah, so about 3 years. So they're going to go through this waterfall and they're going to be presented with. I think they just need one way through. And also I think this wall type, let's make it a cave. So this is a cave, but it's been so maybe there's a inner wall thickness of 10, so that gives it a nice rocky kind of feel. But then through down here, this is where it's going to be. It's going to be a straight carved corridor. I like to make my walls a little bit thicker as well, because just maybe not the just because it makes it just makes it easier when you're doing the dynamic lighting in Roll20. I know the dynamic lighting isn't for everyone, but I'm going to do my very best to make sure that I use it just so they get the full effect. Yeah, Django, yeah, I think we've also got lucky with our group that we have a lot of interaction. Awkward silence kind of comes with the territory sometimes with D&D, especially with new players, and if you join a new group. But I mean, everyone knows what the game is, everyone knows why we're there, so just jumping in and just going straight in with a silly voice is a damn good way just to break the ice. And I do love a silly voice. So they're going to come through this corridor. So we've got maybe this is where our initial easy trap is, in here somewhere. So they can choose to jump over this trap and avoid it. And then if it does it lead it, I want the encounters to be in rooms. So I'm going to make this corridor a little longer, and then I'm going to have it turn a corner. So I'm going to split the wall and do it this way. Come on. Keep it 10 foot wide. I'm also going to describe it as going down as well, so I could put some stairs in here. So the idea is they're getting deeper and they're kind of winding. So they're not just feeling like they're going in and going back and forth like they're playing Snake or something. And then over here, I think we're going to do a room. And this can be our first encounter. Okay. So yeah, this can be our first encounter, and it's a kind of boring square room. Let's leave it like that for now. We can make it more interesting a little later. So I might have the enemies over in this corner, over in this side. Maybe they're playing a game or something, not concentrating. I want them to have want the players to have the ability to draw them out or hide or come in and have some kind of tactics. They're not running into the room and smashing shit out of everything. So what I might do is actually put some alcoves in here or something. So they've got a little little alcoves that maybe that's where, I don't know, say once upon a time these elves would put candles in there or some such. So maybe there's little alcoves every now and again like that. So it gives them a chance to pull them in. This is also going to be lit by torchlight, because a lot of these, because there's a lot of humans and people without dark vision, that they're going to need the light. The bandits, I mean. So it means that we can use like some fun stuff with the lighting and try and have some areas in darkness so they can hide and what have you. So that's going to be our first encounter. So then they're going to need to move on. Do I want to give them multiple options? Do I just want to have it as a straight go this way? I would like to give them options so they don't feel railroaded. But I prefer not to have dead ends, apart from this one language puzzle. So, let me think. So, we're going to need another room to have an encounter in. And then we're going to need to have the final room. So there's our rooms. And also we've got the forge as well that we need to have somewhere. That can be a 3x3. So first room, encounter 1, 4 bandits messing around. And then we want them to, and we've got 1 trap here. So if they're coming to this final room, ideally okay, so that's big enough. So the wizard's going to be able to, or the mage is going to get some spells off. I'm going to put some pillars in here as well for cover and things like that. Maybe a raised platform too, with this kind of dais and another pedestal. Perhaps he's got... The mage has his own room, because they're going to need to sleep here. This is where they sleep, or this is where they stay. So maybe there's another room. So this is maybe where some of the guys sleep. And the second area can have another area too. So this is our so they can come in here. We've got some doors. That could go down as well. So maybe for now, I like the idea of having an area that's maybe crumbled away. Oh, I can't seem to... There we go. So maybe this. Maybe there's an area here. Maybe that area is crumbled away. And that's where our... That's where our secret area is going to be. So we're going to have a secret passage here somewhere. So let's hide that. And down here, let's hide that. And then we've got to split these walls. Split. And then here we've got to split that wall too. Although it's trying to join up. It doesn't matter if it's not 100%. Although being a graphic designer, it is very difficult not to try and make it as best as possible. So that's the area that's crumbled away. So what I can do is you can actually paint these floors or these textures in as well. So I'll add some cave type stuff here. So they're going to be invited to take a look at this area. And that's where they're going to potentially find the the hidden room. I hope they do find it. So maybe it runs like that. So maybe that corridor runs down. They're going to come in. It feels kind of empty, but I don't want to put in dead empty rooms. There's already enough going on as it is. But it would be nice maybe to have some flavour, so it's not just a bunch of boxes. So they're going to come up to here, they're going to go down some stairs, and then I'm going to have them round the corner, down some stairs, and then we can get into the room with the bandit captain in. And this can be our kind of pre-encounter. And this can be where there's some beds and some other stuff as well. So I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to extend that. So we've got room for beds and the like. Some doors that lead down here. I can run parallel. You don't want rooms for the sake of taking up space. It makes the place like a labyrinthian, easy to get lost and sidetracked. Yeah, exactly, Django. Yeah, I don't want to. I want it to be a straight shot for them, but I don't want them to feel railroaded. That's why I'm trying to put in an extra way they could go, possibly. So maybe this area. So I'm going to put in this little. I make that 5 foot. So it feels a bit, so everything's 10 foot and this one's going to be 5, so it feels a bit more like tight and secret, so to speak. So it's going to lead to there. So I think I want to have another room coming off this one. Maybe it's just a simple. Area, another sleeping area. I don't want them to get lost. I would think about putting in something like a cave-in, but the problem with the cave-in is that people want to see what's on the other side. So I don't want them to. That's what I've done before with a map. There was a cave-in, and I forgot that one of them was a druid. So they went, oh, I'll just turn into a spider and just crawl through the gaps. And it's like, sure, yeah, what's on the other side? Stuff and things. So, yeah, I'm not going to do a cave-in. Perhaps it's a sleeping quarters. Maybe it's supplies. Maybe it's just food. Yeah. Let's have something like that. So they've got 2 doors they can go in. Because doors are a big thing as well, especially for new players. They'll want to look through the locks and all kinds of stuff. I once had a player say, can I see through this lock? It's like, yes, what do I see on the other side? That was a pre-established thing. They kept looking through locks. And I was like, yeah, depending on the perception roll, you can see through and blah, 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 blah. Then it got to the point where they said, can I see through the lock? Yes, it's a room full of, I don't know, enemies, bugbears. So can I cast sleep through the keyhole? It's like, well, probably not. But the problem is, sleep, I believe, just requires sight on a target. Area affecting, so it's 90 feet in action. So this get into a magical summon 5d8 creatures in the effect. Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range. So they could see the point that they wanted to cast, so they cast it through the keyhole. And then they kept trying to do it, and I had to. The keyholes are now too small suddenly. The person who installed these doors is different to the person who installed the doors earlier in the dungeon. Who'd have thunk it? Maybe it's just a different contract that day. But yeah, keyholes. Am I right? So that's going to be just a room, storage room. So we've got our super secret area here, and I want this to feel like this long corridor, like they're going to. This is where things are going to kick off. So I want it to feel like once you travel down this big long corridor and you keep going down and further down, you go into this final room. And I'm actually going to have the back of it slightly collapsed, I think, because I want it to have a feeling like it has caved in, but that's going to give way to the way out, basically. So I'm going to have this as come on, there we go. So this is going to be partially collapsed. I've got the room, there's no reason why I can't. Okay, so we're going to hide that. And then this one is going to be cave. Cool. Okay, that works. I should have done that earlier instead of hiding all the extra bits and bobs. Next time a player puts that key onto that keyhole, tell them to go try to peer through their own door keyhole and see how much they can see. Yeah, exactly. The problem was that I'd established that, yeah, you can see through a keyhole. Fine, why not? That's not a problem. But hey, all got to learn, haven't we? We've got to learn. That's how we make mistakes, so we can learn. I've made a lot of mistakes as a DM. An awful lot. Not just on rules, like, that's not the way that spell works, or what have you. But just, yeah, decisions like, yes, you can do that, no, you can't do that. That kind of thing. I try not to say no, because unless it's just going to break what's happening, for my own sanity and for the players. Wow, this music is popping off. Like, okay, so we're going to do a couple more alcoves. I think it might be easier just to draw them and then hide the area, hide the wall. So alcove. No, that's crap. Split. 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 And split. So there's a couple of alcoves. And I'll put one up here as well. I could do that a little bit later. So now let's add some doors. So we've got the doors here. Let's do some fantasy doors. I think they're all so general. Single door. Single door. Single door. Go, go, gadget, single door. I'll do a double door for this one because it feels a bit more epic. if it lets me. Here's me singing the praises of Dungeon Fog, and it's not working for me. Okay, and then another one here, so it feels like, yeah, man, you're going the right way. / the wrong way. Double door. And then we'll do a single door here. So we've got door, door. So that is hidden, so we don't want that. And then that's going to be a door there. So do we have access to everything? I've done these thicknesses wrong. It needs to be 10 all round apparently. But that kind of makes it a pain in the ass. Maybe I'm going to go 5 and 5 for everything. This is riveting streaming. So what did you do last night? I watched this guy type 5 over and over again into some weird software that I've never seen or heard of before. Django, mistakes are important. As much as I'll berate myself after assessing for dumb mistakes in judgment, they also get me excited for future games where I can do things so much better because I've learned how to fix that mistake. Yeah, exactly. I've also done the same. Gone to bed and not slept because I can't believe I said / did that. But hey, that's just kind of what D&D is about in a way. You know, we're all learning as long as your players understand. And if they don't, well, they can sit in the damn chair and do it, and then maybe they'll understand. Okay, so there we go. So I need to split that wall as well, and then we're going to hide this section so it leads straight in. And then here as well, hidden. So they're going to come out of there. So let's use the brush and let's find a texture. Here's me raving on about how it's good when it's free, and then I can't find any of the textures I want. Natural stone. Solid dark stone. So as you can see, it's quite simple. And it just gives it this effect of, you know, moss. There we go. I mean, moss is a premium, don't you know, guys? Love me some premium moss. But what you can do is just grab some grass and just add some grass texture. No one's gonna know. Is there any dirt? Do you know what? Assets manager. I'm going to turn off the stuff that I can't have. What's the point? Is there a way to even do that? Obviously not. So we're going to just go with a solid colour. So we're going to grab a brown. Adam, that's an orange. Let's go for a brown. And we're just going to add some kind of soil type effect. Okay. And that's it. So that's going to lead us in there. So what I also like to do with some of these, get some pure white and yeah, so it doesn't cross rooms very well, but adding in some white, if you're clever with it, you can actually make it look like this is you know, this is the direction that people go. This is the well-worn path. So maybe there's a hidden path. Maybe there's, you know, a worn section. If you want to get real zoomed in, if you've got a door that opens, that way you can kind of add scratch marks onto the floor. I just like the way it looks. It just adds a little bit of depth. And you can do exactly the same with black. Just adds a little bit of depth to the edges. So yeah, footprints in the dust. Yeah, the kind of, you know, they might not latch on. And as I'm kind of contradicting myself, talking about make it simple. They're going to investigate too much, and then I'm expecting them to investigate. Oh, this area is slightly whiter than the rest. Something is afoot. But densely cluttered, bleached bones. I think that's a bit inappropriate. But yeah, so I'm not gonna have that be the only the only clue, but it's just a nice touch. You know, if anyone's paying attention, almost like an Easter egg. So this is all like just dirty, muddy brown clay. There you go. Can't go around with a bit of brown clay. I can do some brown clay up here as well, so we've got a bit of texture. And then definitely we're going to want some brown clay. I mean, I could just change the floor texture in that room to brown clay, but sod it. Okay, so that takes us there, and then this room is the forge with all the stuff in it. I might make it, do I make it a bit wider? I think a bit wider. I was going to be cramped in there. All right, so maybe a bit of clay in here that leads to there. Just to add a little bit of texture. It's turned into a Bob Ross stream. Now we're going to do a little fluffy white cloud. And we're going to put a little friend over here. Everybody needs a friend. Alright, so we've got doors, we've got floors, we've got texture. How about some props? Now props are kind of optional. You don't want to confuse people, but I think it's nice to at least have things like beds and tables, things like that. So let's try and see what I actually do have. I think they give you all of these, so you can be like, oh, I don't have any of that. Maybe I should get premium. Old bed. There we go. So that's a sweet old bed. You can also adjust the size of these if you want to. And the rotation, obviously. So I'm going to have... So this is where four people are sleeping here. This is where my computer struggles and I can't zoom in. So we've got four guys here. There we go, there's another one. They don't want to sleep near each other. They're a bunch of rough and tumble bandits. Just, There's no carpet. Who needs a carpet? I do need a chair though, ideally. And a table. So I've got a wooden table. Okay. So you can adjust the scale. So the scale on some of these items is a bit skew-if. So you have to be careful, but is that a bit big? That is a giant ass table. Okay, so I think 100% is fine actually. The other thing is order of the things that you put down. So I'm going to put down chair, chair, there's nothing wrong with the 40-foot table, and another chair. Then when I put the table down, it goes right on top of it. If I would have done the table first, I would have had to have turned, adjusted the layers to make, to make the chairs go below the table. Another cool thing you can do with Dungeon Fog is you can just adjust the colours on stuff. So it's just nice to give a little bit of variety, so it doesn't seem like, although a bright purple bed does seem a bit out of sorts for a rough and tumble gang of what's-its. So containers, got to go with some barrels and some, maybe a nice little box here or there. And you can just stack these as well. Everyone's got a box. Who doesn't love a box? So maybe there's some boxes here as well. So like this is where like maybe some of their more rubbish loot is. Okay. So we got that. So they're going to come in, and then boom, we're going to get into the bandit captain. Oh, stairs as well. So stairs down. There we go. That's what we want. So this definitely needs to be bigger. So 150, because it's going. I'd rather just do one big set of stairs rather than have two. So let's make that 200%. Oh, that's going down, down, down. That's like going down into the into a hole. So let's stairs up instead. And then point it that way. So they go down. And then there's a little bit more. And they go down again. That looks good. And then maybe this one, we do the same. So we go down. And then we go down again. And then the same again. Maybe this is all stairs. So we're just going to keep going down and down and down into the belly of the beast. Sure, that looks like stairs. Why not? That's where theory of the mind comes in. Right. So we got some stairs. We need a bed. So we're going to go furniture, Grab a dirty old bed again. Where does this guy sleep? Does he sleep in the cave bit? The collapse bit? Or does he sleep in the actual room? Do you know what? I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to put this over here. Oh. I'm going to put it further in because the corner's getting chopped off. Do you know what as well? No, this guy would be fancy. So I'm going to put in a nice red rug. He's found a rug. Don't ask where from. He's found a rug. Although this is the Goliath, isn't it? So maybe we need a bigger bed. That's a big bed. Goliath with her big bed. And she's got she's got containers, all right. So we've got some boxes all around here. One there on top. She's built herself a little boxed off area so she can have some privacy. There's an empty pot. Don't ask what for. Unfortunately got no treasure chest, but what have we got in the decoration? We've got a pile of books. She's a reader. Someone's going to ask me what those books say. They are Goliath DIY books. How to build a wooden hut on top of a mountain. Okay. So, wall cupboard, empty shelf. Yeah, sure. Do you know what? She's built herself a little area here. They're all written in an indecipherable language because of reasons. So I'm not going to fuss too much about what else is in here. I think you get the idea. They're going to go down that. So the main thing here is the armory area, which I'm just going to use a couple of empty shelves. And do you know, I'm actually going to expand this room to bring a bit more importance. The midges are coming in. My wife's going to kill me. Bit more importance to the pedestal with this key on it. So let's see if I can get something that could work like a pedestal. Sarcophagus? No. A brazier? Sod it. It's kind of, you know, big and brass, and boom, there we go. And there's a thing on the middle. Deal with it. Okay. So there's that, and then right, okay, so we're going to get to the final area. Now this is where I need some I need like a pillar or something. Pill? Spilled food? Nope. Pillow? Pillar? Pillar. There we go. The Dark Lord and his pillars. Boom. Pillar, pillar. Pillar, pillar. And then this, I'm going to do some more stairs. So they have to climb. Yeah, so they have to climb the stairs. Now, you can do raised platforms in this. Yeah, but they kind of muck up the layer order. So we're going to bring that up there. Yeah, so you can see it's got shadows and things on it. So now we need some stairs. Stairs up. So you've only got one direct access. Yeah, so you have to climb a 5-foot staircase, but then there's a... Should I make it 10 foot? Make it 10 foot. Is that cruel? If I make it 10 foot, then they can't just leap up. They have to actually consider sleep. Stairs. I'm thinking about sleep, that's my problem. I think 10 foot. I'm going to do 10 foot, sod it. Oh, it's struggling. There we go, that's fine. So that's a 10 foot up to here. And then we've got a... Oh, Dark Lord is all free. Okay, ooh. Wow. So, oh goodness me. There's a lot in Dark Lord. So maybe this guy's got a chair. Ooh. Would he sleep here? Would he sleep in his own quarters? I think he'd have his own quarters. I think he'd have his own quarters, so... Ooh. Ooh, I'm thinking secret door. Secret door. So they can get access to his room. They would bypass some of the dungeon, but it might be fun because they would have to go back anyway. And if they do that, maybe they don't go to the Goliath and they miss the key. They would have to go back and get the key anyway. But then, no, sod it. I'll leave it. I'm gonna leave it in. I'm gonna do a little secret door. So there's now a secret door that leads through the tiefling's bedroom, the high priest or whatever you want to call him bedroom. Wow, there's a lot of stuff in... Wow. Luxury. There we go. Now, Dungeon Forge, now we're talking. Look at that sweet rug. Chaise lounge. Why not? Treat yourself. They're they're a little bit more cartoony, but hey, they look damn good. Also, there's a tomb that could serve nicely as the dais. Yeah, look at that. Django again. I think a secret door is important for first time or one shot because it's one of those classic things that at least one of your players will probably be expecting. Yeah. So my only worry about is its location. So we've got a secret door up here. Oh, we need the knock door as well. Where's the knock door going to be? So I think the knock door can be here somewhere. So we'll delete some of these stairs. And that can be the final. So that's the knock door. But it needs to be a 5 foot wide. I don't want puzzle on top of puzzle. So you've got the language puzzle is quite easy. So I'm going to do the knock door here. So they're going to get through this door with the language puzzle that's up here. Then they're going to go down and get the knock door, and they're going to get knocked back and back and back. And then that makes more sense because it's kind of magically warded. And then we don't have to worry about the bandits having gotten access to it or not already. Okay, so do we have anything else that we need on here? So we've got crates, got a drawer, got globe, a lectern. Who doesn't like a lectern? And that's where I mean, you've got all sorts of stuff here. You got skulls, suits of armor, you know, there's absolutely all sorts. But obviously a lot of the stuff is locked behind the subscription, which is only a couple of quid a month, I believe. And it is well worth it. If you make a lot of dungeons like I used to, it is well worth it. I put a chest in here because this guy would have a chest, wouldn't he? Yeah, if you make a lot of dungeons, that is well worth it. We need some more crates in this room. So barrel. So I think that's my computer or my browser struggling rather than Dungeon Fog. Okay, so we've got some barrels, we've got some crates. It's clearly a storage area. But if they want to investigate, they can get into there. Now we need another door that leads us out into this main area. Excuse me. Cool. So we're going to come in, blah, 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 blah. There's this cave in behind them. And that's where they get in and out. So maybe there's more. This is where the treasure hoard is going to be. Torture table, no thank you. Wooden coffin, no. Do you know what? I think they'd have a big old... Yeah, sorry, let's do a carpet. No, that's a bit stupid. We just need lots of... crates and barrels. And then if they're at this point, then... they're at this point. Now, the secret What can the secret be? So they're going to insert this key. They've done all this work. They've got rid of everyone. They're going to insert the key. And what does it do? Maybe the dais moves, leading them down. To another room. Yeah, let's do that. Leads them to another room. And what is in said room? I think I'm going to go with the portal idea. It's a portal to somewhere. Somewhere your ass should not be going. Okay, so the dice is gonna move and it's gonna lead them down. And then they're gonna come down this long corridor. Through this door. And there is... What is there? There's a couple more pillars. Everyone likes a pillar. Makes it feel important. And then a... is that a fountain? That looks like a portal if ever I saw one. That's a portal now. Boom. So delete those pillars, don't need those. So the portal takes them to roll a d20. Cool. So we're basically done. Especially because Dungeon Fog's now decided to crash. So we're basically done. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to quickly go through anyone who doesn't know how to create a Roll20 game. Just got to create a new game. So the game tag is this is Dungeons and Families, because it's a family game. So optional, choose character sheet. So D&D 5e by Roll20. It makes it look like an actual D&D character sheet, which is really helpful, because if you ever transition to tabletop, then you're going to know what you're looking at, and vice versa. So we're not going to bother with any tags. I'm ready. And that's literally it. You now have a game. Let's see if Dungeon Fog reloads, or whether it's lost all my progress. Are you ready to see a man cry? Live? No, it's got everything. That was touch and go there for a moment. I'm going to make sure it's saved though. Clicking that little button. Right, boom. Okay, that's now officially done. That's saved, done. No issues. So, remember that we made this map 30 by 30. So, export. So this is what it's going to spit out. I'm going to turn my grid off, because Roll20 is going to give it its own grid. Grid size 1 inch. So, yes, exported image with 70 dpi. So it's 100%. That's absolutely fine. So let's export it. So there we go, unnamed dungeon. So let's launch this dungeon, this game in Roll20. Ah, beautiful picture of me there, look at it. So we're going to go to your toolbar, and this is going to be your holding page. And it's good just to have this little players tab on there, because as soon as they load into the game, you don't want them going onto your dungeon. or one of your other things. So page details. So we're going to go 30 by 30. Background white, pay scale 5 foot. Yeah, grid enabled, square. Measurements correct. 70 pixels correct. Opacity, let's take that, let's make it black, but let's take it down quite a lot. Fog of war. So I want to use the dynamic lighting, but I don't know if it's going to work. I've not heard good things yet. So restricting movement was very important. It basically means that you can't move through dynamic lighting walls, so you can shut areas off with the dynamic lighting. Play on load. So this is good. So basically this means that as soon as you load the map, it's going to start playing music. And you can use the Roll20 built-in music, which is great. Now, if you, like us, are streaming, you will want to use a service such as Epidemic. And you get all these royalty-free tracks to play on your stream, on YouTube, whatever, and they are really good quality. It's what you've been listening to during this. Or maybe not, it's actually jumped to something else. So hopefully I'm not going to get flagged. That's annoying. Spotify has started to jump to other songs. Hopefully I don't get flagged. Great. And there you go. Welcome to the wonderful world of streaming. Yeah, so you get these kind of really high quality tracks compared to this, which is our like old music. These are just royalty free, built in. So they're just absolutely royalty free. They're free everywhere. These ones, you can play them no matter what. The Epidemic ones are great because basically they are, you're paying a subscription service, and you're paying for the right to use that music. So it's good quality music that people have put time and effort and love into. So what happens is basically you link your Twitch account, your YouTube account, etc. Twitch will go, hang on a minute, that's a flag song, let's make sure everything's kosher, and then Epidemic will come up and say, yeah, they have a right to play this because the accounts are linked. So I highly recommend it. And what you can do with Epidemic is you can download the songs and put them directly into Roll20. So that's what the play on load will do. Slightly off topic there. So this is a 30 by 30 grid. We are going to go to my library, upload. I'm going to choose our JPEG, unnamed level. We're going to upload it. It's going to take a hot minute. So Django, the problem I've had with the new dynamic lighting is there's no dimming. It's like each player is a stark spotlight. Ugh. Oh dear. Hopefully, hey, who knows? Maybe if I figure it out, that's what we can use on tomorrow's game. So advanced, set dimensions. So units, we want 30 by 30, and then bada boom bada bing, and we've got a nice big dungeon fog icon in the bottom right, which is slightly annoying, but hey ho. Okay, so then dynamic lighting, let's give this sucker a go. And basically with the dynamic lighting, I like to do my lighting in green, so you're just drawing a shape So let me just double check the dynamic lighting settings. Make sure we haven't got global illumination on. Dynamic lighting on. Explorer mode reveals areas of the map layer that players have already explored. Does not reveal areas that were revealed when Explorer mode was disabled. Previously called effect. Okay. So adds daylight to the whole page. On date when token drop. Yes. Stops people moving their token around the map and revealing. So when a player picks up a token and moves it, no one can see it being moved until it is dropped. So it means that players can pick up a token, move their token around the whole map, see everything, and then just go back to where they were and no one's the wiser. Obviously, that's no bueno, but it depends on your players. You might have players that are, you know, nice and trustworthy. Or you might have some little SOB who likes to cheat, and I don't like cheating. I dislike it. Okay, so that's our thing. So I've left the door blank, and what I'm going to do is pick a nice pink and make a door like that. So basically it means that when I go to grab the door, I've got quite a lot to grab. I'm not messing around trying to find a little, and I can just move it. I can even move it over to there. So it's just move it around with the arrow keys, not a problem. Now, one of the things that we need to have is, because this is dark. This is a dark dungeon, and as I said, we're going to have some torches. So you can find a free torch asset, and we're going to drop it in. This is when the dynamic lighting is going to freak out. So a torch 5e, I think it emits a light 20-foot radius and then dim light for 20 feet. So let's see if we can get this right. Emits light 20 feet. Optional start of the dim is 20 feet, 360 degrees. All players can see the light. And token vision. Oh, well, this is new. So vision. So we don't need vision. Night vision. This gives the token the ability to see without any light. That is interesting. Token emits light. Makes the token emit a bright light. So, oh, this is very interesting. Okay, so maybe let's turn this off. And see if this can work. So it's low light distance. So 20 feet. Directional light. Ooh. Save the changes. Okay. So I'm going to who's this little fella? Oh, okay, so I'm on the blooming dynamic lighting layer. So that should go to the map layer, and this should go to the token layer. Okay, so he has no light yet. So he has sight. Okay, so this is dynamic lighting. Gives the ability to see. There is light and night vision enabled. Limited field of vision. No, that's fine. It doesn't emit light, so let's save the changes. Aha! There we go, Django. So let's see how the night vision works on this one. Night vision distance. I think night vision is 30. Give it a tint color. Wow. That is interesting. Ooh. So total light. So it's 30. Okay, I see what you mean. A little bit. So basically, because dark vision is you can see out to 60 feet. But I guess because there's no light, you can only see 30 feet. Whereas you can see 60. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. So the red is the dark vision. and the... So, why have I put black? And then I'm going to go to... So basically what I did to see that token, for anyone who's wondering. So I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste. So it's good to establish the lighting on these torches first. So then you can just copy paste. And if you hold Alt, so that's snap into grid, hold Alt and it doesn't snap. So to see, so this is a player token that I just dropped in randomly. I just press Control L and it basically drops and it lets me see what the player can see. And then press cancel to... So now I've copied the torch. I can just move the torch around. Anywhere I fancy, really. And I'm going to... So most of these people are human, so I'm going to take the night vision off. So you can see it makes shadows, and when the light overlaps, it's a bit... So it might be better just to move these so it doesn't freak anyone out. So there we go. So that casts a nice shadow through there, but it leaves them relatively dark on this corridor, which is fine. And then where they are sleeping, oh, that is interesting. They've updated this quite a lot since I last made a dungeon in Roll20, because the last one I did was Curse of Strahd, the Death House, and that was already set up, so I didn't have to do anything. So I think that's... So you can see that he can't get through. I'm going to put another one, the torch here, so they can see that there's a door. Oh, so we can see there's a door there, and you can see that he can't get through. I can pick up that torch because I am the DM. And you can see here, you can see through all the walls because we didn't draw around it like that previously. So basically the task now is to go around and draw around all of these areas, making sure that wherever there's a door, to leave it in pink and leave it so you can move it. So the secret door, that'll be a pink line as well. Over here will be a pink line. Yeah. And down here I will basically, so if they find this area and these stairs, this dais retracts and they go down the stairs, I will just pick up manually and move the tokens there. So yeah, so this is cool. So basically we have so I wonder if we've got any bandits. No. Well, we have, but they're it's just a PNG. So we will have to... I might be able to load in some... So if you want to make an NPC, so bandit, I'll have to grab some art, can be edited and controlled by. So this is how you create the player characters as well. So if I go PC1, because I've just created this game, obviously I can't assign these to the players, but there you would put like player one's name. But we're actually going to make a bandit for now. So character sheet, create an NPC. Bandit. And we get to fill out all these details. If you already have say a bandit available, you can just copy it over, which is what I will do off stream. But what you want to make sure that you've got is role queries. So we can query advantage. If we do, actually, do you know what? Always roll advantage and then whisper rolls to GM. Always whisper rolls. And let's do auto roll damage and crit, because it just makes things simpler. They aren't seeing that anyway. NPC names, hide the NPC names. Actually, no, because they're being rolled to me. And that's the main thing. You want to make sure that this whisper rolls is turned on all your NPCs, or else you get them popping up in chat and you can you'll be able to see them. The players will be able to see them. So yeah, and then I'm just going to fill this out. I'm going to do the dynamic lighting. And then it's just a case of loading in the player characters. And we're ready to go. And I think I'm going to wrap it up there. It's been a lot of fun doing this, actually, with people to talk to. I would normally just head down and get on with it myself, but it's been nice to have people to back and forth with. I hope it's been helpful for someone. I know I helped Django with the dynamic lighting, so I expect to see lots of dynamic lighting tomorrow. But again, thank you very much, guys. Make sure to tune in and watch us on stream. The schedules are down below in Twitch. This Thursday we're taking a little break from D&D, and this Thursday instead we will be streaming a board game, a tabletop sim of Settlers of Catan, which is going to be fun. Hopefully won't break any friendships. But after that, we are back to our regularly scheduled stream the next Thursday, which will be Legends of Eldaron. I hope to be able to do more things like this. Maybe do some. I've got some cool ideas of, create characters and stuff like that. I just like creating stuff. I create characters all the time. I used to just create dungeons for the sake of it. Why not? So yeah. If you haven't already, subscribe, follow us. Social links are down below. It's been an absolute pleasure. Hopefully don't get flagged for Spotify going off playlist. I will see you later, guys. Thank you very much.